Good morning, good evening, no matter where you are in the world. I hope you're having a fantastic day, or hope you have had a fantastic day. Today, I'm going to be talking to you specifically about nutrition, more specifically about nutrition when you do absolutely nothing. So, I've been in Australia now for a week, and I have just been absolutely non-stop exploring, training, trying to get as much done as I physically can. And today, I've sort of reached a point of complete and utter fatigue, and I've got pains in my neck and my shoulders. I'm absolutely physically and mentally exhausted just from having doing so much. I've been trying to sort out jobs, vehicles, driving license, all of the bank accounts, all of the important stuff that I need to sort out for my years traveling. But it is all come at a cost. I didn't really realise that I'm from England, so coming out here and into this kind of climate has really walloped my entire body, just everything, my mental capacity. It hasn't dropped below 23 degrees, and in England the most it's ever really gotten to that I've experienced is 31, and I've been experiencing 35 plus degree heat here. So it's been extremely weird for me to get used to. However, I feel like I am starting to acclimatise, and I am starting to get there. Okay, so today I plan to do absolutely nothing. No training, no walking, no 10,000 steps, absolutely nothing. And I am still on the weight loss journey, of course, fat loss, muscle gain journey. Rest days are important. I absolutely hate rest days. My training is my stress relief, and walking around is just something I absolutely love doing, especially in somewhere I've not been before. But you have to understand how important rest days are for the body, for the mind, in order to regain strength, both physically and mentally. On top of that, being able to allow your body time to recover and recuperate. So something else I've been really struggling with is sleep, because I have basically changed absolutely everything about my life in terms of, I used to smoke quite horrifically at home in order to sort of help aid sleep. However, here I'm not doing any of that. I have brought some over-the-counter sleeping tablets with me just to help the initial transition of this first month. I've been getting around 6 hours solid sleep a night, and I am used to getting 8 or plus. So it's been, with the lack of sleep, the temperature, the amount of work I've been doing, I've just hit a point today, or yesterday I hit a point and I thought, Jesus, I am ruined. But I really pushed myself yesterday. I still got a training session in. I got just shy of 10,000 steps. I got 9,800, but I was just so pooped. And on top of all of this, the weather has been horrific. It's still 22, 23 degree heat. However, it is wet, windy, thunder and lightning, and it has been like that for the past 3 days. It's going to be like that for the rest of the week. So it's all a massive change for me, and it's just something I have to sort of start to get used to. So today I'm going to run you through the nutritional side of things, where I'm doing absolutely nothing and hopefully still going to lose weight today, but we will see. I'm accepting the fact that I might not lose weight today. It depends. I might end up going for a walk later on. It depends how better I'm feeling. But you need to make sure you take rest days, guys. I haven't had a rest day since I've been here. Like I said before, I don't like rest days because it's my stress relief, but they are extremely important for allowing your body to build the required muscle. If you don't give it rest and you don't like sleep, if you don't have enough sleep, if you don't have enough rest in your life, then your body will be fighting those adaptations almost, because it will be trying to utilize the energy required to just move your body and actually just do normal things, like regulate temperature. Because all of those things your body does subconsciously, and it does burn calories. Eating food burns calories. Having to all of this acclimatization and stuff, it's probably doing weird things to my body that I don't even know is happening. Okay, so yeah, that's why rest days are really, really important, because you need to allow your body time to adapt. Okay, nutritional wise, all I'm basically doing is cutting out fats and carbohydrates. So I'm basically hitting my protein goal, trying to keep carbs and fats as low as physically possible, and I'm just going to bulk out the main meal with fruit and vegetables today. Okay, so for this morning's meal, I have a full mushroom, 2 bits of bacon. I'm going to have an egg and an egg white, just for some healthy fats. But usually I'd have 2 or 3 eggs, whereas I don't need that today because I'm not doing anything. I just really need the protein and a little bit of the healthy fats to help keep everything like hormones and be able to keep everything else internally on track and up together. I probably, like I said, if I do end up going out, probably what I'll do is I'll center my carbohydrates around my exercise of any description today. Like I said, I'm really going to try not to train today. That's going to be hard for me to not train, but yeah, if I can go for a walk, that will absolutely exhaust me and probably just come back. So even if it's just a couple of thousand quick mile, you know, something's better than nothing. But like I said, the goal today is just to do absolutely nothing. I'm only going to end up doing that if I get really, really bored. I've had a really nice lie-in today. I've been drinking some sugar-free Mountain Dew this morning to try and suppress some of my appetite, try and make my meal last a little bit longer, having pints and pints of water, and then, yeah. So, breakfast. Okay, so just a quick FYI, I do not advise this by any means to any of my clients sitting around doing absolutely nothing all day. Mainly because the reason I've gotten like this is because I've physically burnt myself out over the past week. And this, again, is something I don't recommend. As I've always said, baby steps. You need to take everything incrementally, and that's something that I did not do here, mainly due to my excitement of being here and being in a different place with new people. I just wanted to get out and just do as much as I physically could. I was so excited. I had a tick list of things I needed to do in a certain amount of time, like my credit card. I needed to apply for tax numbers, and there's certain things I couldn't have done until I'd done certain things. So like my phone number, I needed to give to the bank in order to get my card, and to be able to go to work, I need to have a credit card and a tax number. So there, you know, there's things I have had to do before I can apply for jobs, and obviously that's all on a time scale because I have very limited funds. So that's primarily why I've been going absolutely mental over the past few days. What I should have done in hindsight is do the things I've needed, come chill, go back out, come chill, go back out. Some of the things I did do was stay inside, or at least sit down for a good few hours at the peak of the heat on most days. So between 12 and sometimes 11 till 2 or 12 till 3, depending what the weather's doing. I would be in a cafe, or I'll be here simply just relaxing and chilling when it is when it's the hottest part of the day, because that's when I knew it was going to affect me the most. And so, but of course I had other intentions as well. I'm really enjoying the heat, so I wanted to get out and get a tan and go to the beach and just chill out. Even my relaxing days when I went to the beach, it hasn't been as relaxing as I thought it would be, because I've been exploring. There's so much to do. Everywhere you go, you meet someone new who suggests something to you, go here, see this, see that. And so, I've just been going off people's recommendations. I've been exploring other places to go and stay as well, different hostels and stuff, because I'm currently in a hotel. Due to the COVID regulations, I needed to have somewhere where I could quarantine myself for 2 weeks in case I caught COVID on the plane. But now that I know I'm COVID free, I have a lot more options available to me. I can go and stay in shared B&Bs, shared hostels, different things. So that's my plan. I do have some friends I'm meeting up with over the weekend that I've met online through DJing. So, and he has suggested different things like moving out and different. So I'm just going to have to wait and see, really. I'm not going to rush into anything. I still have another 3 weeks left of this hotel, which is quite nice. And so I'm just going to really take my time and enjoy it. That's another reason why I'm resting up today as well, because I am going out all weekend and I do have a very, very busy weekend planned as well. So you have to look at sort of what you're doing in the future and, you know, sort of tailor your life around the important things you need to get done every day. Okay, so I didn't want to miss the opportunity to go out with these people at the weekend because I'm so fatigued, and I didn't want to have to call it an early night at all, because we are going out drinking on Saturday and possibly clubbing, something I've not experienced over here. The dance floors have literally only just opened up again over here, so that's something I'm really excited about, going to see what the vibe is like out and about. And again, I didn't want to be overly knackered and just feel like absolute crap when I go out with these people. So again, it's not something I recommend sitting around doing every day, because like I say, you take things incrementally, you do baby steps, and you allow your body time to adapt and change to the not only the environment you're in, but the exercise that you've been doing. So for me as well, I have been hitting the workouts hard here. I have been working out in my room, as you have seen, and because I have been doing nothing but walking around and training, I've had especially this past week, I've had absolutely amazing energy to be able to train, which I've just absolutely walloped the training. My strength has gone right up over the past 7 days. It's been absolutely fantastic. So my recommendation, generally speaking, is obviously still go out, at least get your 10,000 steps in, even if you're really, really tired. Mainly due to the consistency side of things, when obviously you've heard me talk a lot about consistency and how important it is to regulate your body. So that is at least getting that in. Obviously, I say rest days are extremely important. When I say rest days, I mean primarily from the gym, to allow your central nervous system time to regain its energy. Because the central nervous system takes a massive pounding when you do heavy weighted sessions. I know my sessions are only body weight, but they're very taxing on the central nervous system. I'm doing a lot of very slow controlled repetitions. I'm still training in quite a low rep range. I'm trying to do things I've never done before as well, like planche. I've been able to do my first semi planche yesterday, which is amazing, and I've been able to do freestanding handstands as well. So all these new things and new adaptations to my body is taking a massive toll, which obviously I knew it would, but I just underestimated how much the climate would affect me over here. And as well, like I say, I haven't necessarily been relaxing as much as I've wanted to because of the amount of stuff I've had to do, and I'm still working. Even on a rest day like this, I'm still trying to do something so that I'm not bored all day, because I really suffer with just sitting inside all day. I'm sure I've said that before, and so I need to keep my mind stimulated a little bit. So jumping on 20 minutes, doing some work, watching a film, doing some more work, at least my mind is staying stimulated a little bit, even though I'm resting. Okay, so I've spoken briefly about food today. I'm going to go a little bit more in depth of that now. You saw my breakfast, extremely low calorie. Because I'm only here for a month and I'm unsure about my intentions, I have not bought things like, well, I don't eat butter anyway, but I don't buy things like olive oil, or sometimes back in England you can get 1 cow spray. I haven't been able to find any of that. I know you can get Pam spray as well, that's in America. These things I've not been able to find, and really I've not been looking for them. I've been because I'm not here for a prolonged period of time, I didn't want to buy things that would last a long time, such as peanut butter, and I haven't found egg whites in order to make my French toast. So my sweet tooth has been really, really lacking, unfortunately. So when I went to on a day like today, I'm going to be keeping basically no carbs and fats in my main meals at all. I'm spacing my protein out every 3 to 4 hours specifically. If I get hungry in the middle of that, I have obviously fruit, lots of bananas. Bananas extremely good with fiber, extremely filling, lots of potassium and lots of good minerals and nutrients. On top of that, apples as well. They're my 2 favorite fruits probably of all time. And these Granny Smiths as well, my favorite. These are tiny, tiny little apples. I dare hesitate the calories on this, considering I can hold it completely, probably like 50 calories. Again, good fiber, good nutrients, good way to fill you up. Now, because I have a massive sweet tooth, and I the problem is, if I don't feed my sweet tooth, I look at things in the shop, especially over here. I found things like 7-Eleven, and so in 7-Eleven you can get everything. I mean, if you've ever been, it's absolutely amazing. Krispy Kreme donuts are, really high calorie iced coffee, all that stuff. So I went to the shop and I found these. Okay, these are like mini protein bars. They are all of 190 calories per bar with 10 grams of protein. So not the best, but also not the worst. When I was in the shop, there was this, and this was quite literally hidden behind other protein bars that would double the calories and half the protein. And something you've got to be really, really, really careful of when you go and buy things like this. Please read the nutritional values of everything very, very carefully. I got very confused when I come over here because everything is done per serving size, and whereas back home, oh no, this is done by serving size. I take it back. 90% of the stuff I've looked at is done with 100 grams. So you have to do a lot of calculations mentally, or like I really struggle with mental math. So I'm there in the shop with my calculator. Make sure I get it right. This tells you per bar because they're individually wrapped. But when I've gone and found other things, like I bought like almost like a pre-made taco sort of kit, and that was done every quarter. So a quarter of the pack and a quarter of the pack. And then as well, that came with little tubs of guacamole and cheese. And obviously I don't have scales of any description, so I couldn't exactly weigh it out. So the calories are going to be a little bit different. Like I said, I have struggled with not being able to weigh myself or track food of any description. So I've just had to eat as clean as I physically can. I've not gone out for food yet at all anywhere. I've been the only naughty thing I've bought was on my first day arriving here, because I landed at about 7. I didn't actually get to the accommodation till like 8 or 9, and so when I went out, most things were closed apart from 24-hour convenience stores, and so I bought cereal. Now, I love cereal. The problem is I can quite literally sit here and eat the whole box, so that it takes a lot of willpower to not eat things like that. But when I went looking for cereal, you can get any kinds of cereal you want. I was looking for words like that: protein, fiber, multigrain. Okay, because you want the most. Cereal is not particularly filling, as well as usually ran with sugar, so it will spike your insulin and make you want more. So by trying to have a lot more fiber in the cereal itself, it will stop that hunger. As well, when I had the cereal, I also put a banana in there. Really try and hit that fiber so that I actually felt full up by the meal. And then I bought semi-skimmed milk as well, so again the fat was down but the protein was still up there in that meal, which was quite nice. So nutrition's not particularly hard. You just have to really think about it. Okay, fruit, vegetables, always the way to go. They're really, generally speaking, they're really low calorie. Watermelon is something I really, really recommend. Try and stay away from mangoes. If memory serves me correctly, mangoes are the highest calorie fruit out there. Really tasty, don't get me wrong, but not quite as nutrient dense as some other fruit and vegetables that you can buy. So that's what you're really going for, is fiber and nutrient dense foods. Obviously, we need to be healthy, and on days like this, it's very hard to, when you're sat here just looking at chocolate bars and stuff like that, it's very hard to say no, and that's why I don't buy chocolate and sweets and stuff and keep it in the house, because it's a temptation. You want to remove temptation from your life. If you don't have it, like if I want a chocolate bar, I have to get dressed, go for a 15-minute walk to get chocolate to come back. I'm not going to do that. Considering I don't particularly want to leave in the first place today, I'm not going to get up and just go and buy a bar of chocolate that really I don't need at all in the slightest. Okay, so again, spacing protein out every 3-4 hours, and then hungry in the middle, have a banana or something like that. I will be having one of these later this evening because my sweet tooth always gets massively up in the evening, so have something like that just to try and stop me from wanting to go out and just have something really, really sweet. On top of that, as well. If I don't have things like this as well, mentally for me, when I go out tomorrow, because I think we're going out for food as well, I probably would have something not good. I would have a dessert maybe, which necessarily I don't need and probably don't want. Well, no, I know I don't want it, because obviously I'm trying to, because I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight, and that's just stupidly high calorie as well. Tomorrow when I go out, I will try my hardest to stay away from beer. I do like a good beer, but realistically I will try and stay away from it, try and stick to spirits and stuff like that. Obviously really try and stay away from spirits. Now as well, you need other things in your day today, on a day like this, where it's going to suppress your appetite. And now these we're going to talk specifically about appetite suppressors. Now, fizzy drinks, very good, very, very bad as well. Okay, you need to really look what you're going for. No sugar at all of any description. This whole bottle was about 2 calories. Okay, and a 500 ml bottle, it really suppresses your appetite massively. Okay, cans as well, also very, very good. Now these are bad for you. So don't get like 2 liters of Coke and drink it every day. It's not my recommendation. Again, we're trying here to be as healthy as physically possible and give our bodies everything we need. If you're necking liters and liters of this stuff every day, it's just not good for you. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's going to help you lose weight, but it's not good for you. Okay, so really try and limit it. I'm not saying don't have it. I'm just saying just limit it quite a lot. As well with Monster as well, and Red Bull, different things like that. I really recommend only having 1 a day, because per can of Monster takes, if memory serves me correctly, 7 liters of water to pass through your body. And not many people drink 7 liters of water a day. I am hitting about 6 liters of water a day at the moment because of how hot it is and how much I'm sweating all the time. But that is extremely damning for your liver and just your body in general, really. So again, my recommendation, 1 a day, if you really don't need it. I mean, if you want caffeine, coffee, it's natural, it's not necessarily the best thing for you, but again, it acts as another appetite suppressor, and it is 10 times more healthy for you than a can of Monster or a can of Red Bull. I know maybe not necessarily not as tasty, but the other wonderful thing about coffee is you can buy so many low calorie things. So back home, and if you go on the My Protein website, there are things called Flav Drops, which are absolutely fantastic. I'm not sponsored at all. I'm just that they're absolutely amazing. Flav Drops, I don't know how they've done it. It's purely chemicals. It's 0 calorie, and you can get hazelnut flavor, and I had toffee flavor, and you whack a little bit of that in your coffee and it just makes it taste amazing. Again, that really helped with my sweet tooth because of how sweet those chemicals are. So have a really good look around for those low calorie things as well. Stevia, a replacement for sugar as well. If you have a sweet tooth, that's another fantastic thing. It's all about being sensible and having the willpower to say no. Literally put the fork down. I'm going to be waiting until I'm unfathomably hungry today, and then the salads, I will show you, the salads I'm going to have are going to be absolutely enormous. Yesterday I took 2 plates. I had one just full of leaves and then one full of all the other bits. And there's loads of, the other thing about being here as well, as I've noticed, there's loads of different kinds, I might have said this already, loads of different kinds of salads you can have. Hot salads, cold salads. So I will be having a variation of things today. Unfortunately, I've only got chicken left. I ate all my steak, so and some bacon. So what I might end up doing is having an egg white omelette later on, or an omelette, just maybe a normal omelette with peppers and different bits and bobs in it, because that's another wonderful thing as well with having so many eggs here. So randomly I have 1 egg for some reason. So I'm going to probably have a 3 egg omelette, 2 egg whites, 1 egg, or maybe 2 eggs and 1 egg white, and then obviously loads of peppers, maybe a bit of bacon in there, just for some flavor. So that's something that'll be quite nice to have later on. Other than that, yeah, it's just salads. Because I don't have an abundance of materials at my disposal at the moment due to my possible moving around in 3 weeks' time. So yeah, that's sort of nutrition done and done. Obviously, when you're up and moving around, like yesterday when I was up moving around a lot more, I had a lot more carbs and a lot more fats. So I just eat normally basically. If I'm doing my 10,000 steps and I'm getting my workout in, I'll just eat normally. So, you know, wake up, I had the exact same breakfast I had today, maybe a little bit less mushrooms and 2 slices of toast and 2 egg yolks as well, definitely. And then for lunch, it'd be chicken sandwich, just like home. And then the other thing I've been enjoying is salads. It's something I used to eat a lot of at home, but I just got really bored of them because salads are boring. No matter what you do to them, salads can be extremely boring sometimes, unless you go and have a fancy salad. But then fancy salads usually are stupidly high calorie. Your croutons and nuts and seeds and dressings and stuff. Tastes amazing, don't get me wrong, but a lot higher calories, something I'm trying to stay away from. So as my salad here is something I've not had in a long time, I don't mind having it every day as well. But other than that, you know, because I've been keeping the energy levels up, because my body's adapting, and because I'm just hot all the time, sweating all the time, because I'm not used to this climate. And on top of that, the humidity as well is making my breathing extremely hard. So, you know, all of these things my body is fighting and trying to adapt to. So I know that subconsciously I'm burning more calories maybe than I think I am. I know that it's not as many, you know, I'm not burning extra hundreds of calories a day from simply acclimatizing. I am fully aware of that. We're talking probably, I mean, it is negligible. It's probably negligible calories, but it is calories nonetheless. So, you know, yesterday specifically, I really tried to, I didn't want to move quite as much as I did the days before, which is why my steps were so low. Generally speaking, I've been doing 12 to 17,000 steps a day. Yes, yesterday was below 10. So I tried to eat a lot less yesterday, but I found out that eating less, moving a lot in a place like this is not beneficial for me specifically. So yesterday I had my breakfast, I trained, and then went for my 10,000 steps without thinking about it. I just trained and went, and then halfway around the walk I was so faint and I just felt so dizzy because my breakfast was so small and my calories have been so, well, I presume, like I say, I haven't been tracking my calories at all in the slightest. I've just, apart from mentally, you know, I've not been putting them on in the app or anything. I've been mentally just sort of looking at an egg and thinking, okay, it's a medium egg. It's probably going to be anywhere between 60 and 100 calories. So I'm just going to go for a ballpark of 80. You know, 2 of those. The bacon, each 2 bacon slices for 140 calories, it says on the back of the packet. So 160 plus 140, 300. And then we have the 2 slices of toast. So the 2 slices of toast as well, because they're quite small loaves, because they're quite small loaves, it says on the back of the packet it's about 140 calories per 2 slices as well. So, and then the mushroom, I mean, even if the mushroom's 50 calories, it's probably not even that. So really, really small. Like mentally, I've been keeping a track of it like that. I've been trying not to go over about 3,000 calories because as well, I've been trying, basically the rule of thumb is eat as little as humanly possible while keeping your energy levels up. Because if you think about it, if you're starving yourself and you don't have the energy to go for a run, then you're not going to burn as many calories as if you went for that run. Okay, I believe we spoke briefly about a bodybuilder I saw on Facebook saying how you burn more calories in a weight training session than you do a cardio session. And again, how he is at the top of his game with that lack of knowledge is really baffles me. So I've not been massively fueling up for my training sessions because I haven't been massively hungry. The hunger side of things over here has really shocked me. Because I think, again, because of the heat, because I've not been smoking, and just so much has changed so quickly. You know, I've cut alcohol out, I've cut smoking out, and you know, my sleep hasn't been fantastic. So no, I haven't wanted to eat quite as much, and I haven't needed to eat because obviously I've been chilling, I've not been working so far. So I've just not needed the calories. And you know, you have to listen to your body and see what it says. If it needs the calories, it will, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. Yesterday I needed the calories. What I should have done is eaten before I went out for my walk, because I then really struggled on my walk. Like I say, about halfway round, I felt so fatigued and just absolutely fucked that I had to stop and get a coffee, a big latte, and unfortunately it had, you know, they use normal milk in it. I didn't think anything of it really, particularly at the time, because I just felt so crap. I wanted to get some food. The only food options were stupidly high calorie foods, because I was in a nature reserve. They just had cafes there, so I mean, we're talking like ham and cheese croissants and all butter things. And just as much as I needed the food, as much as I felt like I was going to die and I felt so faint and dizzy, I just, sometimes you have to just push through the grind. You have to just push through it. I got the coffee, I went and sat down for half an hour and drank the coffee, and I felt 10 times better. I had a slow walk back to my apartment at that point. And that was that. I got back and I absolutely demolished 2 plates of food. 2 proper, I'll show you the plates.